Hello, today I want to talk about the idea God did it. Now, this is an idea that's mainly used now for two things. One, which is why there is life on Earth, and the other, which is why there is a universe at all. But it used to be used for all kinds of things, such as the tides changing season. If there was a lightning storm, the lightning and accompanying thunder was thought to be the direct result of a god throwing the lightning across the sky. We used to throw virgins into a volcano to appease the god within, a solar eclipse, and things like that. And there was also like demons, like if someone was having what we would now know as an epileptic fit, it was thought to be demons trying to get through from the other side, whatever that might be. The problem with this hypothesis is obviously that it has never once been shown to be correct. It has only ever been shown to be wrong. So that makes me wonder, why would people use that as a hypothesis today when it is only a complete failure? Um, Someone who says to me, and I do get this quite a bit, they say science hasn't been able to create life in the lab, therefore it's impossible for it to happen naturally, and God must have done it. But you, you take someone back to, or go back to 1715, and you talk to that person about putting a human being on the moon, and they're going to say that's impossible as well, and that's only because the technology in order to do that wasn't available at that time. So the technology and the advances in abiogenesis at the moment might not say exactly how life came to be on Earth from non-life, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible and that a God is responsible for it. And we know that life from non-life is is possible theoretically, but we just don't know how exactly it occurred on Earth. And it's quite an ignorant position to say that because science can't do X, God must have done X. It doesn't follow, and people need to be aware that their lack of understanding in a certain area isn't proof that that a God exists. And it could be said for anything. Like there is certainly no one who understands everything. So if they were to argue, well, I don't understand this, therefore God exists, someone else might be standing next to them and say, well, I do understand it, and it's certainly not God. So I think rather than these people jumping to the conclusion that okay, we can't explain exactly why there's a universe, and Lawrence Krauss does have his hypothesis of the universe from nothing, but whether that's exactly right or not, I don't think even Lawrence knows himself. But to say that, oh well, we can't do that, we can't explain that yet, therefore God exists, it's just a nonsense argument. And I think theists would be best served if they stopped making it, because it's so easy to tear. I think if we want to actually pursue these answers, we need to follow the processes and the methods that we know work, which is at this stage the scientific method. I mean, that is definitely the best way that we have come up with so far to find the answer to things, and we need to pursue that. Now, I have a friend, Andrew Skegg, who once was talking about how the universe came to be with someone online, and his response was, "I don't know. How do you suggest we find out?" And I've always admired that line, and I've used it a lot of times myself, and I think that is the best response. Like, I don't know, so and neither does the theist. They have this hypothesis that was God, but neither of us know why there is, or how life on Earth came to be, or why the universe is in the state that it is. And the two, well, one of the ways we can figure out that is read ancient scripture by people who didn't know better, or we can try to find out through the scientific method, which has been shown time and time again to be the best way to get us to truth. So what I think we need to do is we put this God did it idea to bed. We don't need it anymore. It's a leap that we don't need to make. What we do is we reserve judgment on what we can't find the answers to so far, and we investigate. We do tests, we do experiments, we review them, and we find the actual answer. We don't need to put God did it on top of anything that we can't yet explain. This is an idea, like I said before, that has only ever failed. It has never once been shown to be true. So I don't understand why, as a species, we continue to hold it in such high regard. It is a bad hypothesis. I am Mr. Oz Atheist. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.